So the next day I get this phone call. It's this recruiter. It's this media company. I think this is really serendipitous. Um, I meet the founder of the company, and he just wants to go. Like, he just wants to go. He knows that what we have is something that, can make a difference and help these companies grow, and it helps, like, independence and all of the things and blah, 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 and, like, it was just really motivating, and so I thought, well, fuck it, let's go all in." Um, he offered me the job, and so I took the job, and we worked out of a house, and, at the time, my office was in the loft with, like, 2 other people, and, some of which I still, like I said, close with today. We hammered the phones, like, one after another, and,
Smile and dial.
smile and dial,
Smile and dial.
um, and yeah, it was like true, true gritty sales, at that point. So,
Would you
a
say that
lot of
was your
fun.
toughest would you say that was your toughest sales job at that point?
Quite possibly. Quite
Because
possibly.
being in that environment and staying motivated, like, you've gotta reach deep down inside yourself to just find the motivation to continue. Because a lot of people think people only ever show the wins they have in sales. They don't show you the losses as well. And if sales was a sport, it'd be the type of sport where you would still, depending on what company you're at, I should preface that, you would lose more than you win, but that's what winning looks like. If you're just thinking about, like, X number of calls you're gonna make a day versus how many people are gonna hang up on you and say, "Not interested," versus how many people are gonna wanna hear your pitch, versus how many of those are gonna convert.
It, it's so funny because I think the one thing, and the way you even say that is, like, the one thing that sales really gives you is the resiliency of learning
Mhm.
from your failure, right? Because for me, it would be like, where did I lose them? It became like an equation of which really boded me well again later in life, because you really start to learn the art of storytelling.
Yes.
And, so that you know where you lose people, you know how to fine tune that conversation, you know where you're gonna run into problems, especially when you're calling them and you're like, "Are you in front of your computer? Well, like, let's do this together," and you're having to guide somebody who doesn't even know the internet, um, right, to how to use the internet, so that you can show them what things can truly look like for them and what they're competing with. And so it was definitely, but I will also say, we, the guy that I worked for, his name's Mark. I worked for him again years later. And he was one of those guys who he really helped you understand the numbers, the philosophy. You knew what your closing ratios were. You really, like, before we had the sophistication of CRMs and stuff like that, and understand that it was, you needed to have so many things spinning at the
Mhm.
same time to always have a funnel that was working. And that intrinsic knowledge of sales really helped when I moved to the marketing side, because you knew how many things needed to be spinning at the same time in order for the marketing to effectively work, and how the marketing could then support the salespeople, really, deliver against those things. So um, it was a fascinating
And
time, and it
also
was a
something you
fascinating team.
and also something you said in there as well too, is being able to take a bit of an introspective look at yourself and going, "Okay, why didn't that close?" Because it's very easy for us to say, "They don't know what they're missing. They don't know what they're doing," to just, whip in a bit of arrogance in there to kind of protect yourself. But if you do that too much, you're not gonna understand why you're losing, which goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You're not gonna know why you win.
It's so true. I think you said it beautifully earlier. If you don't know why, if you don't experience loss, then you don't know how to, like, then there is no win, because
Yeah,
the 2 have to
they
come
can't
together.
coexist. They coexist. Yeah, they have to.
Right.